Once upon a time there was a kingdom surrounded by forts and ponds, where a young knight named Volodymyr lived. He had a kind heart, loved nature, and often wandered across the land to clear his thoughts and listen to the birds sing. One day, when the sun was slowly sliding towards the horizon, he came to a quiet little pond. Suddenly he saw three swans descending from the sky. As soon as they reached the shore, they trembled and, right before his eyes, transformed into three beautiful maidens. From there on they removed garments so delicate that they looked as if they had been woven from clouds. They left, ran along the shore, and finally jumped into the water, where they bathed joyfully like fairies. The night was enchanted, but the youngest impressed him the most. Her eyes shone like stars, and there was something magical in her laughter. When evening began to fall over the land, the girls came out of the water, put on their swan garments, and flew back into the clouds. However, Vater could not forget that beauty. He wandered through the forest, his heart filled with longing and sadness. Whose mother soon noticed and asked him to tell her what was troubling him. When he confided in her, she stroked his hair and said, "My son, the magic must be hidden the feather garment you spoke of. Wait until she comes again, and while she is bathing, steal her garment. Then she will remain in human form, and you will be able to be with her." So Volodymyr returned to the pond and followed his mother's advice. After bathing, two of the girls took their dresses, turned back into swans, and flew away. But the third could not find her dress. Volodymyr appeared before her and confessed that he had taken it, but that he loved her and wanted to marry her. The girl introduced herself as Elena and begged him to return her dress so she could fly away. "Give me back my feathers, otherwise I will lose my soul forever." But Volodymyr, though his heart was heavy with her sorrow, said firmly, "No, my dear, you will stay with me." He wrapped her in his cloak, took her to the castle, and soon they were married. They had 3 children, each more beautiful than the other, and it seemed that their happiness would last forever. After some time, however, Elena began to grow sad. With every passing day, became more noticeable. Volodymyr tried to find out what was troubling her. She replied, "I love you, but sometimes I am the sky and my sisters. Could I at least see my swan dress once more?" The knight, wanting to please her, brought the dress. The feathers still shone as if they had magic within them. The moment Elena touched it, the feathers wrapped around her. She turned into a white swan and flew away. Knight Volodymyr fell into despair. For several days he neither ate nor slept, but in the end, instead of crying, he decided to fight for his happiness. He set out into the world. He wandered for a long time and asked everyone he met, until the road led him to a lake where someone had seen unusual swans. He stood there and waited. The sun was already finishing its daily journey across the sky when 3 swans descended from above. They took off their dresses and turned into beautiful girls. After they entered the water, Volodymyr appeared and took the 3 swan dresses in his hands. The girl saw this and cried out, "Do not be afraid. I have not come to harm you. Elena, I will return the dresses to you and your sisters. I only want you to listen to me. I love you, and both I and our children miss you. I know that you need a part of your freedom. What if you return with me to the castle? Your dress will not be locked on a tower chest. Will hang in your wardrobe. Whenever you feel the desire to fly with your sisters, you will always be able to put it on. At the same time, you will not have to leave your family. And your sisters, of course, will always be welcome guests at the castle. After these words, Vitek looked firmly into Alina's eyes. Elena ran out of the water and embraced Volodymyr. Forgive me for leaving you and the children, but the desire to fly consumed me day and night. If you give me freedom and I can fly whenever I wish, I will gladly return with you to the castle. Volodymyr handed his address, as well as those of his sisters. They immediately put them on and flew away. But Elena did not put hers on and instead mounted the horse behind Volodymyr. From that day on, their marriage was happy. From time to time, Elena would put on her swan dress and fly all over the kingdom. Sometimes two beautiful swans would come flying into the kingdom, and only Volodymyr and Elena knew that they were not ordinary swans. But given Elena freedom and the ability to decide the fate of her own life, Volodymyr won her forever.